I want to get you angry enough to secure a change. You must get angry enough to secure a change. We are living far below his expectations. Far below his expectations. Listen to this. Every situation is reversible by faith. Every situation is reversible by faith. Now you see, they said to Jesus, if you were here, our brother Lazarus would not have died. And Jesus said, your brother shall live again. They say it's already thinking. He said, stop that. If you shall believe, you can believe, you shall see the glory of God. That is, faith can reverse any situation at any point in time. Is somebody still here? Yes, sir. And now listen to this very interesting story. It happened just last month. Now here was this woman with a child that was hit by a vehicle, hit and run, and the vehicle went up and carried this child to the hospital. Child confirmed dead, hospital 1, confirmed dead, hospital 2, confirmed dead, hospital 3. He said, no, my child is not dead. Carried the child home. That was between 8 p.m. and 12 midnight. They were going from hospital to hospital. Carried the child home and laid the child on the bed with herself. Child, you can die. The prophet said we are not going to bury any of our children this year. We are not going to bury any of our children this year. By 5:30 in the morning, the confirmed dead child sneezed and came back to life. Now, that is violent faith. That's not. Now, last Sunday, a woman gave a testimony in church with her dead, come alive child in her hand. Now, child was confirmed dead, and then she said, no, the hospital said, you are too rude. Your child is dead. So I carried the child, the senior sister carried the child, her own senior sister carried the child, and they were going. And then he said, the Spirit of the Lord said to her, are you not a winner? Start prophesying to this child. And she began prophesying to the child on the back of her own senior sister. They were at the gate of the hospital, prophesying to the dead child, and the dead child jacked back to life, and the two of them were in the church. Now you see, this is the works that I do shall ye do also, and greater works than these shall ye do. Now see, these folks were operating with what has entered into their spirit. If you got it in your mind, you will lose it. Your mind is the wayside. Your mind is among the thorns. Your mind is on the rock. Only your heart is a good ground. If you don't take this into your heart, you'll never see the fruits of it. It has to get into your heart. That's what Jesus said. These are real life stories. It's on the net, it's everywhere. It's not that somebody says something. It's all there. But now somebody cannot deal with headache. Another believer is dealing with death. Why? Why the gap? Why the gap? Why the gap? Why the gap? I see God closing that gap up tonight. What is faith? Faith is being fully persuaded of the truth, the prevailing circumstances notwithstanding, until the truth triumphs. Faith is being fully persuaded of the truth, the prevailing circumstances notwithstanding, until faith triumphs. Romans 4:17-21. Abraham staggered not at the promise of God through unbelief, but was strong in faith. The Bible says he considered not his own body, which is now as good as dead. Neither is the deadness of Sarah's womb, but he believed that shall be as it was told him. What is happening, notwithstanding. And Isaac eventually came. I don't care what is being withheld from you for now. Violent faith will bring delivery for you. Now, why do we need violent faith? There are giants in every man's promised land. So you need violent faith to possess your possession. There are giants in every man's promised land. There are giants in everyone's promised land. Where our headquarters church is was a notorious place for witchcraft. Notorious place for witchcraft. But when God said that was the place, that was it. As we arrived, witchcraft had to disappear. Because light and darkness can't be in the same place. There are giants in every man's promised land. So you need violent faith to possess your possession. Numbers chapter 13 and verse 25 to 33. You have the story there at Kadesh Barnea. Now, so it will take violent faith to dispossess the giants of your possession. It will take violent faith to get that done. And Joshua and Caleb said, let us go up at once. We are able to take it. Numbers 14, 6 to 10. It's all there. 1979, I read a book titled The Apostle of Faith, written on Smith Wigglesworth Ministry. And I got something there that got me intoxicated. What? The devil is far below where redemption has positioned me. So the devil cannot challenge my authority at any point in time. So I got to a place to minister, July of that year. And after ministering, I asked them, are there witches here? Come on, stand to your feet. And a crowd stood up. I said, come on, sit down now. I'm not saying that someone called you a witch. I'm saying that you know that you're a practicing witch. Stand to your feet. And a large number stood up. I got excited. Normally one should get scared, but I got excited because I'd been empowered by an insight from that book. And I called one of them, come on here, tell me what to do with the devil. And he said it. I said, what when people like us are coming? He said, when we sense a higher power on the way, we clear out the highway. Faith places you above principalities and powers. You can quench all the fiery darts of the devil by faith. Somebody's alive here. No more harassment on your life. No more harassment on your life. Why violent faith? There will always be a Red Sea to cross into your promised land. There will always be a Red Sea to cross into your promised land. Exodus 13 and 17 to 18, or 1 to 18. Why violent faith? You may also have to pass through both fire and the swelling of Jordan into your glory land. There are barriers on your way that you have to dare, or you never arrive. If you can't dare them, they will rob you of what belongs to you. So you need violent faith to dare the undareable, so you can take what belongs to you. Remember, the enemy will always resist God's plan for you. He said, a great door and effectual is opened unto me, but what happens? There are many adversaries. 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 9. There are many adversaries. The greater the doors, the greater the oppositions. So you need a heart to dare the opposition in order to arrive at your possession. You need a heart to get there. And that's why we need violent faith. That's why we need violent faith. What are the characteristics of violent faith? What are the characteristics of violent faith? Violent faith is spiritually resolute, unbending, unyielding, assertive, never giving up on any revealed truth. Violent faith is spiritually resolute. It makes you to be spiritually resolute, unbending, unyielding, assertive, and never giving up on any revealed truth. It's the if I perish stance. Number 2, characteristics of violent faith, it makes you confidently restful. Confidently restful. In the midst of the storm, you are at peace. Violent faith makes you confidently restful. Confidently restful. You see, in Genesis 49, he said he stooped as a lion. He coached. And as an old lion, who will rouse him up? You don't see an anxious lion. Every time he notices a movement, he turns. Because no one can dare him. He turns. You are confidently restful in the midst of conflict, as if they are not real. Someone asked me years ago, Brother David, do you ever have problems? I said, maybe it came, I didn't know. Maybe it came, somebody can introduce himself to you, and if you have anything doing with him, you may not know. You forget almost immediately. Maybe it came, I didn't know. Do you ever have problems? Maybe it came, I didn't know. Violent faith makes you confidently restful. Just picture a lion.